Thanks for joining us on God's Detail YouTube channel. My name is Trevor and I'm here with the owner of God's Detail. This is Gary Meller. And today we're going to be talking about the 10 reasons why car detailing is a worthwhile investment. As we do on most of our videos, we start off with a quote. The secret of success is to do the common thing uncommonly well. And that's from John D. Rockefeller Jr. That's a great quote. I don't know if I'm a super big fan of the Rockefellers, but hey, that's a great quote. I'll go with that. Then I've got a statistic for you, which I'm going to read off. In the US, the percentage of drivers that report most frequently getting professional car washes increased from 47% in '94 to 72% in 2014. So I wonder what those stats would be like today in 2021. They'd be higher or lower, but you're the expert on that. So maybe Gary, you can tell us a little bit about the topic as to why car detailing is a worthwhile investment, or why people may or may not opt for auto detailing.
Sure, yeah, it'd be my pleasure. I think it's a great investment because the pride of ownership is intrinsic to maintaining anything in your life, whether it's your home, whether it's your clothes, whether it's your vehicle. And we spend a massive amount of time in our vehicles, driving our kids around or going to work, recreational things. And when our vehicle is in tip-top shape, we feel better about ourselves. And so just an emotional, psychologically, it's valuable. And as we all know, in these last couple of years here, with COVID, people being locked up, it creates a psychological problem. Depression is up. So this is just one way to keep your spirits up a little bit more, because a lot of the details of your life are involved in your vehicle. And so if you take care of those little details, then things get better. Yeah, you tend to feel better about yourself in the long run. So, like Rockefeller said, do the common things uncommonly well. And so everybody has a car in common. We have a vehicle in common. If we keep it uncommonly clean, then we're gonna stand out. That's right. So
awesome, good. Well, thanks, Gary. Okay, Gary, let's get started with question number one, or reason number one why car detailing is important and it's a valuable investment. It keeps the vehicle feeling and looking new. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, as I alluded to a little bit earlier, or in our previous comment there, everybody likes to get new stuff. You go to the store, you buy something new, you want to take it out of the package and you want to just go, wow, isn't this awesome? It could be a chocolate bar, but it's my brand new chocolate bar. When you spend thousands of dollars on a vehicle, it's your pride and joy at that moment. And so I don't know about everybody, but certainly in my experience, when I've gotten a new vehicle, couldn't wait to show my friends, couldn't wait to show my parents, couldn't wait to show the relatives, and they all went, ooh, oh, that's really nice. And after a few years of having it, I was like, well, it wasn't that nice, but sure felt like I was the top of the world. Detailing it keeps it looking that way. I have had numerous vehicles come in that were, well, I'll call them disasters. They were milk stains that had gone sour. I don't know what the individuals were doing in the vehicle, but it was essentially a garbage pit, and it stunk. But when we were done, it was like brand new.
Like brand new.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's good.
It's important. Yeah.
For sure it is. I did two things. I washed my vehicle twice this weekend. Twice, because it was sloppy out. And I don't like driving a dirty vehicle, and because you rub up against it and you get that road film and nastiness on your clothes. So I had to do it twice, because I did it once when I was coming home from work, and then I had to travel out of town to go pick something up, and it was all slush and full of gross. So twice.
Well, that's good, because often when you rub up against stuff like that, you're actually scratching your vehicle when there's dirt on it.
All right, I'm sure we're going to
get into sandpaper.
Yeah, ooh, not good.
No.
All right, so reason number two, why car detailing is a worthwhile investment. It prevents premature wear on carpet, hard interior surfaces, and rust and scratches from forming on the exterior, like you were just talking about. So maybe go into a few of these items here.
Well, in our northern climate, we have brine, salt and sand
Yep.
that gets on our shoes. And every time the snow comes around, sometimes we forget to kick our feet before we get into the vehicle. That gets onto especially on the driver's carpet there. And the salt will eat away at the carpet itself and create stains and wear it out. And the sand, every time your foot is rubbing on it like this, it's grinding into the carpet. But that tiny grain of sand is is like sandpaper. It's grinding on the fibers of your carpet. And the more that it digs down, the harder it is to get out. So you continue to do regular vacuuming of the carpets, and it stays like new, and it's easier to keep clean. Same thing with the hard surfaces on your dashboard, on your center console. If you spill certain things like that have an ammonia base on them, they can etch into it. And if they're not taken off right away, well, now you've got a permanent stain, scratch, damage on your hard surface.
Okay.
On the exterior, rust can form from salt. If your vehicle is not protected, then you're going to have stuff building up on there. And every time you wash it and you rub a grain of sand on it, it's causing wear and tear. So keeping it in a good shape all the time helps prevent the wear and tear. So when you go to trade your vehicle in, if it has a dull look to it, even though it may be washed and look clean, you're not going to get as high a value when you're selling it. When it looks like it's freshly painted, you're going to get more for it because people are going to go, wow, this is new.
Oh man, this is in such good shape.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah, people, it's perceived value for sure.
Absolutely.
Number 3, third reason why car detailing is a worthwhile investment is you get the right products for the job as required. Tell us a little bit about that, what you meant by that third reason. So let's dive into that.
I just washed a vehicle 2 weeks ago, and where the speedometer is and the odometer and the RPMs, it was all foggy and scratched up and etched.
Oh, okay.
It was, and I couldn't clean it because the actual glass was damaged. And I asked the owner about it afterwards, after it was cleaned and he was picking his vehicle up, and he had used Windex to try and clean his vehicle. And there's an ammonia in Windex, and when it gets on your screens, like your for your sound system, or when it gets onto your protective glass for the speedometer and in that area, it will etch. The ammonia in there is a very aggressive cleaner, and it eats. And so it had dried on him. He forgot about it or didn't get to it in time, and it wrecked his glass. A professional detailer isn't going to do that. They're not. They're going to have a window cleaner that is the right product for vehicles. They're also not going to let it dwell and spend a bunch of time in there, because there are numerous products that you can buy that can do damage to a vehicle. So you want to have the right product for the vehicle. To give you an example, with washing a car, there are over 5 different types of soap that you can use for the exterior of the vehicle, and it all depends on what condition the vehicle is in. If it's extremely dirty, if it's being prepared for a polish, or if it's maintenance, or if it's got ceramic on it. If you want to go and spend a ton of money on all different products that are out there for all the different occasions that you're going to experience, well, fine. But a professional is going to have those soaps, those products for the wheels, for the tires, for the engine bay, for the interior. All of those products are going to be in their arsenal in order to clean the vehicle properly. And then your leather or your cloth, it's being protected, and it's not going to be damaged over the long term. Because you can, to give you an example, you can clean leather, and you can just scrub it right out, and you can clean it to the point that you're actually lifting the dye out of the leather and damaging it. And then leather, when it's on the animal, it's breathing, it's got the ability to be flexible. But once it's on that seat and it's been tanned and they've used it for the seat, then it needs conditioning. So you can get products out there that have silicones, and they do a coating over them, but they're not actually getting in there and protecting and rejuvenating the leather. these are all products and things that the professional detailer is going to know about and have on hand in order to give you the best clean and protection for your vehicle.